Welcome back, Fashion Dolls. We are back with another episode of Style by Stevie. Are here with the beautiful, and I call her our stone Barbie doll, Nordin. Welcome, girl, and Happy New Year 2026. We made it. How has this year been for you thus far? The new year ringing it in, and how did you celebrate the holidays?
It's been good. I celebrated with family. And yeah, we just had you know, I was with family and we had a good day, a good time celebrating. It was really calm and it was fun.
And relaxing. I love the Christmas holidays, and I was telling Mick this too. We all were
Mhm.
in the group chat like Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. We all of the excitement in the air. It was
Mhm.
so much, and we just couldn't contain it. I got sick on Christmas. I was just telling my guest Matthew that, so I felt sick in the evening. It was not cute, but I am better now, thank the Lord. And it must be a bug going around, but
Mhm.
I feel 100% better. And I didn't feel better until a few days after the Christmas holidays. But at least everybody got their gifts. I went on ahead and
Mhm.
started shopping. I already did shopping the previous year before, which would have been 2024. So I was already set, already had the gifts packaged to go
Mhm.
out to everybody. And it was pretty fun. And we had like our little Uber express thing going on, but it was for Christmas gifts. We did it for
Mhm.
Thanksgiving with food, but this one was for Christmas gifts. So everybody got their presents and exchanged. And then even in the group chat, we couldn't give people gifts physically, but we were virtually
Mhm.
exchanging communication in our chat. So which reminds me, let me go ahead and send this on over to Boss Lady. Shout outs to Mickey Solar. Great conversation. We just had Lee Jean on the show. Yes, we are back, Chef Sky, with the beautiful Ellen Margareta Nordin. And when me and Ellen always get together for some girl talk, we always talk about our beauty influences. So you and I both know, and I was just telling Matthew this, I said we both
Mhm.
are obsessed with all things
Mhm.
Maryland. So I ordered this planner offline, and my mama was like, "Why did you why'd you pay that much for that one?" Yes, we are obsessed with Marilyn Monroe, as you guys know. And if it's not Marilyn, then it's Bridget. We just recently lost Bridget Bardot. And I was like, oh man, oh, I love her.
Mhm.
I love Bridget Bardot. Who's
Mhm.
another one that I love? Sophia Loren is another one of my
Mhm.
like the winged eyeliner. She's the reason why I wear my eyeliner winged. It was because of Sophia Loren. I mean, it's so many, but we always talk about our influences. And in
Mhm.
2026, we'll get to Ellen's projects, but we're starting off with beauty first. What beauty trends are you looking forward to coming back from like my favorite era would be the 80s. I love
Mhm.
over exaggerated colors, uh, contour. I love structure. I love all of those things from the 80s. And then the
Mhm.
90s, the overline lips. So, what beauty trends from then are you looking forward to seeing? Because history always repeats for beauty and fashion. Like the 70s, we've seen it throughout Fashion Week. So, what trends from your favorite era, or what era would you like to see come back in this year of 2026?
Well, I can say like the 80s. Me being born in the 80s, so of course, like I love the 80s. There's some trends I don't like, from the 80s, like the shoulder pads, but hey, whatever. Uh, but but the dresses, oh my gosh, that was like you had to be like wow, just to wear them. But I've seen some trend that has actually come back. I've seen it on TikTok, and it's the hair, how they style the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been following a bunch of girls who do the hair like in the 80s. and they take their time, to go through it. So that is a huge trend that some people might think like, oh, that doesn't have to do with fashion. But yeah, it does have to do with fashion. You style also your hair and everything. But yeah, no, I think like Dallas style dresses, everything from that show Dallas, and anything with the 80s soap opera, movie stars when you were a diva, like that is like what I love. But I, I'm a huge fan of the golden age style, the like secretary style from the 40s and 50s, you know the femme fatale style. That's what I love.
Uh, and you've mentioned the femme fatale. We can't
Mhm.
talk about the 80s and 70s without talking
Mhm.
about Charlie's Angels, which was the actual Beyonce and Charlie's Angels, the 70s,
Mhm.
Jacqueline Smith. That was the inspiration behind today's look because the
Mhm.
80s was all about, as Ellen just said, which is the over exaggerated shoulders. I mean, the shoulder
Mhm.
patterns were up to here. It was bright, bold colors.
Mhm.
It was lots of accessories. Could never have too many accessories in the 80s. So as
Mhm.
far as like I'm wearing bangles. You guys wouldn't really see me wear bangles. So it's all about drama, over the
Mhm.
top glamour. She mentioned Dallas. I like Dallas and Dynasty. Dynasty was another show that my grandmother watched as well too. So
Mhm.
Linda Evans and Dame Joan Collins, and then you had, I just mentioned her, Diane Carroll. So these
Mhm.
women, when they dressed on that show, you would see them at the balls and at the gatherings. And me and Ellen
Mhm.
talked about this the last time, Dynasty. Like, how can y'all fight pretty? Y'all were slapping each other and y'all were rolling on the ground. And next thing you know, when they got up, makeup and hair was still in place. I'm like, how do you fight pretty? But most shows, most films that Ellen does, you won't be so pretty because you're going to wind up, lost somewhere. She does a lot of
Mhm.
horror. So, I mean, but in Dynasty, they were fighting, rolling all over in Carolyn Jones Collins, and I'm like, how do y'all look beautiful and get up as if nothing happened? So I mean, we if you've watched a lot of soaps in the 80s as well
Mhm.
too, it would be a slap or a push, and then the person
Mhm.
would look just beautiful. I'm like, okay, how? And I know the makeup artist is like this, running over, touching up. The hairstylist is having to tease the hair back and put it back in place. So thank God we have amazing glam teams behind us, working behind us, and they do
Mhm.
such an amazing job. That show, Dynasty, a lot of the fashions, as Ellen mentioned, a lot of
Mhm.
designers from Saint Laurent to one of my favorites is Schiaparelli.
Mhm.
Schiaparelli is notorious for over the top jewelry, over the top designs, and making sure that they use that gold emblem. Just like Chanel, Chanel was known for the classic tweed suit, and that black and white, that checker print. So I mean, it's each designer had their own staple in the 80s, and fashion
Mhm.
in the 80s was all about making sure that you stood out and knew what was original to you. So
Mhm.
I would say that. And as far as the 40s and 50s, we cannot talk about that era without talking about Christian Dior. Oh my God. The gowns were gorgeous.
Mhm.
The the silhouette of the woman when the designer
Mhm.
sketched the gown, the detailing, they would put the Yves Saint Laurent is notorious for a bow. So if you've seen the picture of the iconic pink dress with the bow on the back end, I was telling Ener this. I said the magazine, original magazine UK, would make a great book to go on your table with your coffee books for fashion. And I have a few from Claude Montana, who's one of my favorites from the 80s, and of course Terry Mugler. Terry Mugler's designs are out of this world. Like if you like sci-fi and a little bit of horror, like my girl Ellen over here, then you'll love Terry Mugler because his designs were out of this world. It was a frenzy at his fashion shows. And it was a lot of famous, he had singers. Diana Ross walked in one of his shows. So, I mean, it was everything. It was of the moment. It was lively, it was colorful, and it was full of everything that the 80s was about, which is the over exaggeration,
Mhm.
the shoulders, the hair, the makeup was all the way up here. And we're still doing these trends like Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath, who is one of my favorite uh, uh, beauty makeup artists that I follow religiously. Her products are amazing, and I use Pat McGrath's palettes. And what she does when she's announcing that something is coming, she pulls from the 80s. She drops little hints that she's working on something. I can
Mhm.
remember back in 2024, the porcelain doll skin beauty trend. She started that. And this was at the Margiela show. The models walked out where she had to take a blow dry and literally like this liquid solution. They were calling her Professor Pat, and it's the doll, what they call it, doll skin. And the skin is just like a porcelain doll's skin. Beautiful. The brows were very thin, of course. And that's the only time you should really do those thin, pencil thin brows. But thick and full is in. And speaking
Mhm.
of the 80s, Brooke Shields was one for me. She's another. She was on
Mhm.
almost every single Vogue cover there is. If not Brooke Shields, then Lisa Taylor, who's a very popular model, and you might have seen the iconic photo of her with her wrist in the dog's, and she's got the red crimson mouth and the gold. It was a Dior ad, so you guys have to go and look it up. Lisa Taylor. And shout outs to our boss lady, Mickey. We are talking beauty trends that we're going to possibly, potentially, we're predicting see in this year because for beauty and fashion, it repeats itself. Like
Mhm.
the bell bottom pants, we see a lot of designers incorporating that into their designs. Uh, Saint Laurent, Marc Jacobs has taken a page from all of the different eras of fashion, and we see them repeat themselves over and over again.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. Now we're going to shift gears here. Since we talked about Terry Mugler and sci-fi fiction, Ellen, what do you have planned for this year of 2026? Because the last time we chatted last year, you were working on a horror film
Yes.
and working on some things. So, what can we expect for this year of 2026?
Well,
Well,
I have actually
I
worked.
have actually worked.
Oh my god, I can hear myself.
Oh my
This
god, I
is
can
so
hear
funny.
myself.
um,
um,
I
I
worked on a show called The
worked on
Friendship
a show
Kill,
called The Friendship
so
Show,
we
so
are definitely going
we
to start
are
filming it
definitely
this
going to
year.
start filming it this year.
All right,
Yeah.
so you guys have to stay tuned. Ener, when I sat down with Ener was saying, he wants to do more projects based in the United States,
Mhm.
crossover and come down here in the United States and do projects down here. And I said that it's manifested. So for you, it is coming. This project is going to be out, and I can't wait to see it.
Mhm.
And so much more and beyond, tapping into
Yeah.
that. And you also have your podcast as well too. So what else can we expect from for this season in the new year of your podcast?
Uh, well, the podcast will
Oh,
start
well, the
again in
podcast will start
February.
again in February,
So I'm looking forward to that.
so I'm looking forward to that.
New episodes,
New
and
episodes,
new people, and
and
it's gonna
new
be so
people,
great.
and it's gonna be so great.
I also have more movies coming
I also have
out,
more movies coming
filming, more
out, filming,
modeling work.
modeling
So
work.
yeah, it's gonna be
So
awesome
yeah,
this year.
it's gonna be awesome this year.
And Mick, every time Ellen is here, we talk about the iconic, most beautiful shout outs to photos by Madeline. She's going to catch the replay, or she'll pop in because I sent it to the chat so that everybody will be able to come in from the chat. Uh, Photos with Madeline has shot Ellen in some of the most beautiful shots. So you guys have to go and check it out. And you guys have seen what Original Magazine brings. When Lijon came on, he was on the cover, and he has several covers of magazines as well too. Because Mick not only has this publication, but she has Love Hollywood USA as well too. So we're going to keep plugging that publication also. Go and check out Love Hollywood USA. That is also Mickey's publication. And we're going to be doing some things for that. Mickey said, why don't you and Ellen, put together an article on Christian Dior? I said, I would love to. I would love to work with her. I would love to because we are girls that love fashion in this era from the 50s,
Mhm.
the 80s. You guys know I'm obsessed with Charlie's Angels and Dynasty. So I love Jacqueline Smith and just that whole era, the 80s, and then we go into the 90s. It was Drew Barrymore and her sunflower
Mhm.
girl aesthetic. A lot like when Coachella rolls around, you're going to see a lot of floral headpieces. You're going to see a lot of new things into the year of 2026 that were done in the 90s come back. And Drew Barrymore, she was a fashion staple in the 90s. Another would have
Mhm.
to be Calvin Klein, of course. The Klein ads, denim, as I'm wearing today. Uh, Denim is never going out of style. So you're going to see denim almost in every single different era done the right.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. But thing about fashion, because I always pull inspiration from some sort of way, and I create mood boards on Pinterest. And this is how obsessed with fashion I am. Like I love going back and I'll type in like, okay, Dior and this era, and I sent it to Mick, and she said, oh yes, oh she fell in love. She she fell in love with it, and I'm like, I fell in love with it too because it was a model by the name of Dovima, and poised, elegant. You guys know the iconic photo that she did with the elephant, and she's standing in this like black dress, and it shows her, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is. It was in Vogue, or I think it was Harper's Bazaar. Harper's Bazaar, if I'm not mistaken, and the photo was just so gorgeous. And then sometimes they'll kind of show the side silhouette of a woman's face, sort of like the White Shoulders perfume bottle. So Vogue has done so many iconic covers, but Original Magazine UK has also done some amazing covers. And the one amazing cover that we always talk about with Ellen it's the one she did in the snow, and it was gorgeous. You guys have to go and check it out. And again, credits to Photos by Madeline as well for just bringing to life the vision for the publication and all of the photographers for original. Hi, Lotus Egyptian Flower. How are you? Beauty, style, and the year of 2026 with the beautiful Ella Margareta Nordin and her projects
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
of 2026. We are here. So we're saying how, if you're coming in on the tail end, we were saying how history has a way of repeating itself for
Mhm.
style, for beauty. Like a lot of the trends that were out in the 50s. Like I remember Chanel just not too long ago last year did their fashion show in a train station, and it was marvelous. You guys have seen the photos of it, and it was in New York. And the designs that were out during the 50s, because Chanel was known for her gold and her tweed and the black and gold shoulder bag with the CC with the Chanel. So a lot of these designers are taking a cue, like the Marc Jacobs, like the Christian Siriano, and are taking nods from these eras because they are so different. So they influence us in some sort of way. So look forward to that.
Mhm.
Um, Fashion Week 2026.
Mhm.
Ellen, what are you predicting is the forecast for Fashion Week 2026? And I'm not sure what Paris is going to bring. Paris is going to bring for this year.
Definitely be more bold,
Definitely be
more
more bold,
Oh yeah.
creative,
more creative,
out there with their styles,
out there with their
not
style,
holding anything back.
not holding anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 80s was such a good era for fashion. The trends were always like ahead of their time. And it's important like animal print.
Mhm.
Animal print, of course, you're going
Mhm.
to see that. And this is from July 1987. So, of course, it's all about the aesthetic of, yes, the Bengals. Now you guys see where I get the inspiration.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
can never have too many. And I've seen it, who was it? It was Tiana Taylor and it was Cardi B and Scaparelli, of course. Scaparelli is notorious for layering, stacking. Grace Jones, she was one of my influences for style. So I seen them do it and I said, okay, let me start doing it with some of my looks and outfits. And I said, oh, the denim perfect for.
Mhm.
I think that layering, stacking, you're going to see a whole lot more of that. You're going to see a whole lot more of the detailing. You're going to see a whole lot more of, oh, yes, yes, belts, decor. I said that you're going to expect to see more women in suits. And I can remember just not too long ago, I did a look where it was almost like a suit, but it had a pencil skirt at the bottom and the shoulder was over exaggerated. Guys loved it. I could not find a bow tie, but I found a bow tie today to go with it. That was when I did the interview with Ener, and that was the
Mhm.
look that I wore. I said this will be perfect. It's a shock factor because you're not used to seeing me. Well, when I first started this platform, it was I would be suited up, but I
Mhm.
said this is not your average suit. It's got a pencil skirt at the bottom. It looks polished, it's professional, and that detailing, again, details. Details are a thing of the 80s. So you got to know works, how to accessorize it. It's all about the drama. The 80s were all about drama. And I love imagery. So you always have to pull from some sort of way. And I have issues from 90s Vogue, 80s
Mhm.
Vogue, and it's the big, thick issues. And I have one from 1983, March 1983. So I went back and I was looking at Oscar de la Renta, who was another designer. Chanel, of course, was out then. Mugler, the designs were just gorgeous. Spring 1980 was the year. So you're going to expect to see, I'm guessing a whole lot more of that, as Ellen said, is going to get bolder with the color prints and Balmain,
Mhm.
Olivier Rousting, Olivier, Olivier, Olivier knows how to bring the 80s back in
Mhm.
retrospective. And when Beyonce teamed up to do her Renaissance collection with Balmain, that was a thing. And I was just like, okay, this is gorgeous. Where am I going to wear it to? If I was to get this or wear something like this, where am I going to wear it to? But with couture pieces are like a one time thing. You wear it and you make that statement for the night. And I can thank Cynthia Erivo. I can thank Ariana Grande on their Wicked Press Tour. And just recently, Ariana Grande gave a nod at the Critics' Choice to I think it was, I cannot remember who it was, but she gave a nod to someone. She wore a dress, the same exact replica of that dress, to the Critics' Choice Awards. So it's all about pulling nods from the 80s,
Mhm.
pulling nods from the 90s, pulling nods from the 70s, and you can expect to see a lot more of that this year. And I'm looking forward to that. Paris Fashion Week the most because
Mhm.
Paris is so beautiful and I've always dreamt of going to Paris. So that's something else that is on my bucket list. So I'm manifesting it. I'm speaking it into existence. And New York, of course, New York is a frenzy when Fashion Week rolls around. Like I have relatives there, I have family there, and I can tell you, and I've sat down here on this show with models who've walked in New York Fashion Week. And shout outs to my girl Simone Jones. She walked in New York Fashion Week. So it's nerve wracking because backstage is chaotic. When that designer says, "Okay, we need you, Linda, Cindy, we need you." I just named two top supermodels. I love Cindy Crawford and I love Linda Evangelista. And when that designer calls you out on stage to walk out, you make sure that you're ready. They don't care. And who was it? It was Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid lost her shoe on the runway, and you guys know the infamous shoe loss where she lost the shoe, and she
Mhm.
literally walked on the ball of her foot in the show as if it was a heel. So when that designer says keep going, you got to keep going. And just let the shoe be. You got to keep going. You got but and still look beautiful. The key thing is to sell the garments and make sure that you're selling the face as well too. So I mean, make sure advertising is everything, placement is everything. And Vogue has done so many iconic shoots. I remember one with the B on the lips, and I'm looking at it on my wall right now. The orange lipstick with the B on the lips. It's one where a woman has like and Ellen, I'm terrified of snakes, but I'm like, she's a trooper for this. Claudia Schiffer's on the front cover, but it was a model inside, and she was modeling for brows or either eyeliner. It was eyeliner. And the snake was crawling up. It was a red and black
Mhm.
snake. So you guys know the photo. You guys could go and look it up. I'm like, y'all are brave for that because some snakes are not nice and friendly. They're poisonous. Some of them are
Mhm.
poisonous. So, I mean, she's a trooper for that, but it was a beautiful shot. And coming in the year 2026, I must admit, I'm ready to face my fears. So, yes, I would love to do a photo shoot similar where, the snake is on me. And it would have to be high fashion. It would have to be high
That
fashion
will be so
for sure.
amazing.
That would be so amazing.
And I've seen so many models walk out. It was Eva Hatzegova, and she had this beautiful baby tiger cub, and it was like a safari. I have to look for it on Pinterest, and when I find it, I'll post it to my stories. But she looked gorgeous. Eva
Mhm.
Hatzegova, Cindy Crawford, all of the models in the 90s, they were known for their red lipstick. Linda Evangelista is another as well too, and she was known for hair color changes. Linda would always
Mhm.
change her hair color. One day she's a
Mhm.
blonde like Ellen. The next she would be a brunette. She would have a pixie, and then what really made her stand out is the iconic Vogue cover with the red hair, and she's wearing this yellow peacoat, and she has a red lip, drop dead gorgeous, and it's like she's looking at you through the magazine cover. So I have to look for that issue. I have Kevin O'Quan, who is a makeup artist who's done, may God rest his soul, he's done some of the shows in Paris, and he worked with Revlon on some of the models backstage and do their makeup. And some of the covers he's responsible for Vogue. And Linda was one of my favorites. She still is, Linda Evangelista. And for Cara Young, who I interviewed, who did the cover of Vogue and Cosmopolitan, and she did Essence as well too. She said, "You're like our little Linda Evangelista." She compared me to Linda because I always change my hair color. I don't
Mhm.
stay the same, so who knows what color I'm gonna have page boy cut or bob cut, and I'm just like, okay, when did she do this? In what era? But you never know. It's one where they gave her like the silver tinsel hair and the silver earrings. So I'm just like, okay, but see, that was the 80s. If you were a rock star, you know about that. The silver tinsel hair, or it would be green and all sorts of colors. But that was what
Mhm.
the 80s was all about. It was about color. It was like
Mhm.
a prism. It was like prismatic. So a lot of these designs then you will see repeat themselves now. So that as far as
Mhm.
Paris Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week and a frenzy. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm super excited. We're not even in yet this year fully. We haven't even got to February yet. But I know when the fall months get here, when the fall months like November and August and beyond gets here this year, that you're going to see more more over exaggeration. Stella McCartney
Mhm.
is notorious for oversized peacoats and jackets. Marc Jacobs as well too. And I know Victoria Beckham, who's one of my. I sent it to Mick because she said, "Where did you get?" She Mick asked me because I wrote an article for the new issue for this year, and I can't wait to see it. But she wanted to know where did I get the inspiration to write about suits because you're going to see a lot more women wear suits in this year and even last year 2025 it phased on into this year, so that's where I got the idea to do the pencil skirt and the blouse combined together when I
Mhm.
did my interview with Ina. You guys, that's up now, so make sure you guys thumbs up and subscribe so you guys can check it out. But you're going to see a lot more women suited up and ties, but fashion, especially suits should be gender neutral for everybody to wear a suit. But the woman who really, for me, that I seen wear a pinstripe suit,
Mhm.
and she's blonde just like Ellen, Madonna. Madonna was it. The Gaultier cone bra and the blade with the holes through it, and then the actual pinstripe suit with the watch attached to it. It was the Express Yourself music video. And
Mhm.
that video is so iconic with her standing at the stairs, at the top of the stairs, and she has the pinstripe on. That's when I knew that women were taking back their power and saying, I don't need to wear a dress all the time. I can wear what a man can wear, which is a suit. So she
Mhm.
proved it and she made it look sexy. And my motto is Paris Hilton. She says it all the time. The sexiest thing a woman can have is confidence.
Mhm.
So then years later, Michelle Obama wears a suit. Victoria Beckham is wearing a suit. Posh Spice, she's creating her own line of fashions. And I love Victoria Beckham's collection because it's very mod, it's very minimalistic, it's clean.
Mhm.
And I have a dress from Victoria Beckham that I wore. I have to dig in the closet and find it. And she did a collection with Target years ago, and it was orange. It was off the shoulder. I said, I have to have this dress. It is not structured like any other dress that I've worn on the show. It's different. It's beautiful. So I might wear that dress again. That'll probably be in the springtime though, because orange is a spring summer color.
Yeah.
It's too cold now. Not now it's going to be denim and suits and leather, all of that. This is the time to break that out in the furs as well. But springtime. But
Mhm.
Victoria Beckham, what I love about her collections is that it's very minimalistic, is mod, is clean. She's Posh Spice. So when we think of
Mhm.
Posh Spice, we think of the little black dress that she would always wear. We think of a suit because she would wear suits sometimes. So
Mhm.
we're going to see a lot more women tap into wearing ties, suits, dress it their layering it with it can be rings, it can be gloves as I've shown you in the magazine here. It can be almost anything you want it to be. But
Mhm.
pull from each because you can pull it from inspiration from somewhere. Absolutely. Absolutely. And shout outs to Mick Boss Lady because I sent her the pictures of the inspiration for what made me write about suits. And it was a picture of Victoria Beckham because she's so
Yeah.
tall and model esque, and
Yeah.
everything she puts on looks good on her. So she can wear like a line dress, an A line skirt or an A line dress, and it will hug her because she's so tall and statuesque.
Mhm.
And I'm like 5'7", so if I stood next to her, I would be with her being like in 6 foot, I'd probably come to her shoulder. Like little sister. But yes, for sure. I want everyone to know that expect to see that. Expect to see more women wearing suits and ties. Drew Barrymore, I love her style. Love
Mhm.
her style on her show. It's masculine and feminine. And that's what a lot of women are going to go for this year, which is that mix of mask and feminine. And I think we should all tap into that. Tap into that. Don't be afraid to. Um, accessories. Don't be afraid to over accessorize. Not be afraid to over accessorize. Ladies, accessories is your best friend. So that means over the top, exaggerated earrings. Let me move my hair so you guys can see them. The 80s was all about costume or it, Monet is the designer that made beautiful gold bracelets, and I mean, it's so many from back then that you could go to. Uh, the spring and summer months, the aviator glasses never go out of style. They never go out of style, so don't be afraid to get you a pair of aviators. Of course, as I've mentioned, gloves. Sometimes the glove would be attached. It was Tom Ford. I remember Tom Ford did like a glove for one of the sleeves attached to the suit, and then the other wasn't. So I mean, Balmain did the same thing as well too. So you're going to see a lot of that in this year of 2026. I know for sure. Saint Laurent from other designers as well to the cinched waist. A lot of women like a cinched waist on their dresses and on their suits. And you can tell if it's a woman's suit or not because the buttons are on the opposite side, whereas a man's suit is on the other side as well. So, I mean, you know that as for different.
Mhm.
And some of them are double breasted. So, I mean, I took a page from Rihanna as far as dressing oversized clothing. Don't be afraid to go in your boyfriend's closet, ladies. Get those blazers, layer, get you a pair of jeans, get you a nice shirt, and you can pair it up with some tennis shoes. I mean, whatever you decide, make it funky, make it fun and feminine as well too. Um, classic, classic. Don't be afraid to go in your boyfriend's closet and rate it. And I know Rihanna, she says she goes in ASAP Rocky's closet and gets his things, and she comes out looking amazing. There's she's the only woman that I can know that can hold the champagne glass and make it a fashion accessory. And not only that, but she will have her clutch bag, shoulder bags. Don't be afraid to get you a shoulder bag. And accessories are a must. This is my handbag right here. So it's very much inspired from Hermes. Very
Yeah.
much inspired by Hermes. But this is Fashion Nova, actually. So this is my handbag. But yes, it's a crossbody, but I told it on
Mhm.
my wrist. So you have options. Be able to accessorize. As I've mentioned, of course, bangles. Bangles are a must in this season. Scaparelli, vintage jewelry, but Hermes. I've seen Hermes had classic bags. If you go back in time and you look back from different eras, I said, I want one just like that. And I went on Fashion Nova and I said, oh my God, it looks just like the bag. It's a replica. So, I mean, and it wasn't that much. So, accessorize. Don't be afraid to get inspiration from other designers and shop elsewhere. And you can find that at stores of your best friend. And
Mhm.
then there's so many places like Rent the Runway. You can buy it and rent to own. So whatever works for you. And this year for style for 2026, the options are endless. Also, shop your own closet.
Mhm.
Shop your own closet. Denim, leather, uh, white t-shirts. White t-shirts style. So ladies have fun with that. And you could be going out for, a date, a fun date. Uh, no eating involved because white is hard to get stains out of. But dress it up with a blazer. Dress it up and make it fun and flirty and feminine. Add a hat with it. I love hats as well too. You guys have seen me wear several hats here on the show as far as like the little berets. Now, when I think of berets, I think of Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent would have the women with their power suits and a beret and the over exaggerated jewelry. So, I mean, a lot of that is going to be coming back into this year of 2026 as well, too. So, you guys stay tuned for that.
Mhm.
But we are almost in the closing hour. We touched on what our girl Ellen has. She's returning back in February for her podcast. And after February, you guys know what is coming up. It is International's Women's History Month, celebrating women, our achievements, our accomplishments to
Mhm.
the world, and so much more. And we have some fabulous ladies coming back. So I definitely am going to be bringing Ellen back on the show. I want my lineup to be all women, but that's going to be impossible because I have some guys in the lineup as well too. But they will have to say nice things about us all month long. So I get a kick out of that. They will have to praise us. I love every minute of it.
Oh, that's
But
good.
Women's Women's History Month 2026, Ellen, what are you looking forward to for Women's History Month? Because I see a lot of events going on.
Um, well, first of all, the podcast,
First of all, the podcast,
and then
and
also
then
celebrating some
also
birthdays, some
celebrating
wonderful women that I
birthdays of
know,
wonderful women that I know,
and
Yes.
also
and also
filming and doing some model
filming
shoots
and
and
doing some model
just
shoots and
enjoying being a
just
woman.
enjoying.
And it's so fun. It's so much fun to be able to get glammed and do photo shoots on Women's History Day. And I would say to every woman that is watching me right now, my lady chef's guide, to any one of you, Lotus Egyptian, any woman that, because the majority of my audience that watches Style by Stevie is women. And I've just come to
Hmm.
realize that I checked my analytics and I said, the analytics show female more than anything, but guys watch Style, they watch my platform as well too. So guys, we love you too. We love you too. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love you give to me and the women in your lives as well too. So we appreciate it. We love it. But I'm going to say have fun, ladies. When March gets here, have fun. Pour into yourself. Go out with your girlfriends. Go out with your daughter. Have fun. Shop. Shopping is the best time. And yes, you can celebrate. Pour into yourself. Pour into your mother, the woman who gave into you. And I know I'm going to do something special for my mom and my
Hmm.
grandmother and my aunt. These women have been pivotal in helping raise me throughout since I was a baby. So of course, my mom, sister, all of them, they have been very pivotal. So I have to do something very special for them. But Women's History Month 26, ladies, it is all about us. And we're going to go into March being as our fabulous selves, being our amazing selves, celebrating. Give yourself a photo shoot, treat yourself, go to a spa day, do something nice, pamper yourself, treat yourself, pour into yourself
Hmm.
because it is all about you. Women have made so many amazing accomplishments to this world, and we still are. Our contributions are remarkable. We're still here. We're still here, and we're still creating and setting huge records and milestones. So, with that being said, fashion dolls, we are now almost in the closing hour. I have rambled on, but before we go, uh, February, of course, Valentine's Day, and Ellen's
Hmm.
podcast returns. But since we are girls, and we always talk
Hmm.
about empowering women. Ellen, what gems would you give to women into the year of 2026? I told one of my colleagues this, and I told a girlfriend of mine as well too. I said 2026 is the year of the woman. Amazing contributions. We have done so many remarkable things, and I want us to go into a new year understanding that no one can take our power from us. Nobody can take our power from us. And we're just invincible. We're unstoppable. So, what advice would you give to women in the year of 2026, ringing in the new year, Ellen? What would you tell them?
Never stop.
Never stop.
Mm,
You are so
You are
powerful and
so
amazing,
powerful and
and
amazing,
you can do anything
and
that you want.
you can do anything that you
And you never have to hurt anybody else to get where you are. You can just power through anything.
power through anything.
let me tell you, when she says women can power through anything, we literally can.
Hmm.
That day I fell sick on Christmas, I knew I had a fever. I was burning up. And I was still going. My mom was like, just lay down, just go to bed. I was like, no, I wanted to do dishes. I was doing dishes and I didn't
Hmm.
care. That's the power of women. We have the strength to keep going through all of the midst of the craziness. A heel could break, anything could
Hmm.
go wrong. We could have a wardrobe malfunction, but we're still going. How invincible and powerful we are. It's like beast mode in our
Hmm.
DNA. And my mom, even with her being sick, I'm like, Mommy, don't do anything. She's a Libra, so she's hard headed, by the way.
Hmm.
And they are sometimes stubborn. So some stubborn one. But I tell her, Mommy, don't do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. I'll do it for you. You don't have to do the dishes. She will go and do those dishes anyway. She will get up and cook. But hey, again, that's how powerful women are. We don't care what the
Mhm.
sickness, whatever it is, we're going to keep going. So Ellen is not lying
Mhm.
about that. And I want you, my ladies who are watching here in the dollhouse, to understand your power. Tap into that feminine energy when need be in 2026, and rightfully so. And that's what I will close today's show out with, Fashion Dolls. And always going to be setting up something with you and come back in March for Women's History Month.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys stay tuned for that and let everyone know where they can follow you at so they can check you out.
Instagram,
Instagram,
TikTok,
TikTok,
Snapchat, X. I
X.
finally survived saying X
I
without
finally survived saying X without
the previous name.
his name,
Uh, and
uh,
Facebook.
and
So
Facebook.
yeah,
So yeah,
that's where
There
you
you
can
have
find
it,
me.
that's where you can
dolls.
find me.
Y'all go and check her out. The beautiful, amazing, award winning actress, director, podcast host. We have Ellen Margareta Nordin. Make sure you guys go and follow my girl. And y'all make sure y'all follow my other girl, our boss lady, Mickey Solar. A very special thanks to you, Mick. You are a gem. You just don't know the sunshine you bring to each and every one of us. And we were telling Ena, me and Ena were just pouring into her. Lijan, Andrea, all pouring into Mick. And I know she gets tired of it because she's so modest. You know, she's just like, you don't have to, but we really do love you. Like, you've brought us all together collectively from different walks
Mhm.
of life, different countries. And we just gel. It's like a family. We might not be able to comment on every single thing in the group chat, but everybody is just like glue. It's like in sync. And what she did was created a gumbo, and we all are the different spices in that gumbo. So everybody has their own thing going on. So I want you all to be remember that. And Love Hollywood USA. Make sure you guys go and check Love Hollywood USA. Joining me tomorrow here on YouTube, we have Kevin Leroy closing out this week, joining me Friday. And I will see y'all tomorrow, Fashion Dolls. And the replay will be up. And follow me on Instagram for the highlight from today's show. Both of them with Matthew Kenner and Ellen here. And check it out at Style by Stevie underscore daytime. I love y'all, Fashion Dolls, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.